meeting off. Looks like we are both being recorded and live on YouTube, so I think we're good to get going here. Just going to start with quick introductions or roll call. Good morning, Mr. Singletary. I see you on.
Morning.
And then, there we go. Good morning. Ms. Wareham.
Good morning.
And Mr. Mock.
Morning.
I don't believe we have any new Mylan board members. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Okay. All right. So very soon, we hope. Great. Well, let's see. We'll get started then with the approval of the July 2021 minutes. Could I please get a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
Thank you much. Bear with me here. I'm pulling up my agenda while we speak. Okay, great. I don't see any continuances and withdrawals. So I guess we'll get started here with the executive director report. Mr. Mock.
Lauren, sorry to interrupt. Did you want to vote on the minutes?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, still waking up over here apparently. So yes, I got our motion to approve. I got our second for the approval of the minutes, and please all in favor of approving the July 2021 minutes, please say aye.
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 Thanks. Any opposed? Okay, hearing none, the minutes are approved. Thank you. So Mr. Mock, now that I've done that right, would you please kick us off?
Certainly. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Director Brannon. Tim Mock, Deputy Director for Department of Natural Resources. Just a couple of updates here. One, in terms of the wolf restoration program, that continues to move forward very well. We do have 2 remaining public open houses coming up, one being tomorrow in La Junta at 5 to 8 at the Otero Junior College Student Center, and then August 24th in Eagle at the Brush Creek Pavilion, 5 to 8 p.m. We've got a statewide advisory group meeting next Wednesday in Salida. Last week, you may have read in the news, CWCB, DNR, Department of Agriculture, and Department of Public Safety executed a Northwest drought tour on August 10th to 12th in Routt and Moffat counties. The governor was able to attend. We think that went very well, and really explored the impacts of drought to agriculture, wildlife, recreation, local economies, and forest health, and how communities are responding. We do expect or are working towards the Southwest Drought Tour, tentatively scheduled for late September. Other than that, we are about to set and launch our wildly important goals for the upcoming fiscal year. We will continue with Parks and Wildlife, working to obtain sustainable funding for Colorado Parks and Wildlife into the future. Also balancing conservation and recreation. We did formalize 5 partnerships, kicked off a regional partnership program where we are going to work with regional partnerships to put together local or regional conservation and recreation master plans, roll those up eventually into a statewide plan that will be the SCORP. It's a statewide conservation outdoor recreation plan that we have to do to qualify for land and water conservation funding. We are just going to make that statewide plan above and beyond the requirements from the feds for our statewide plan. And then we've added a new goal this year for wildfire risk reduction, developing 25 new forest management projects to enhance community wildfire risk reduction planning based on the 2020 Colorado Forest Action Plan and Shared Stewardship MOU. We've already sat down, as you know, we've had a significant amount of money dedicated by the legislature and signed by the governor this year for forest restoration type of projects and response. We've already, I think, moved the bulk of the $30+ million for response to last year's fires. DNR will be initiating its own program for forest and wildfire mitigation funding. We, as part of that, will be hiring 2 new temporary staff for the next 3 years to assist with that programming and move money out the door. And so we've got that up and running. And then we also continue our equity, diversity, and inclusion goal to continue to create or to continue to practice and employ equity, diversity, and inclusion in our best practices in hiring, employee retention, and community partnerships. As a part of all of this, then we do have a water wig that has become a cabinet level wig. I think this is very exciting. This is where we have come together with numerous departments to work on and complete the first update to the Colorado water plan. We expect to have a draft out of the water plan update by next June, and then shore that up and finalize the plan by next December 2022. So those are my updates. If there's any questions, I'm happy to entertain them. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Any questions? Okay, thank you so much. Seeing none, let's move on then please to the Division Director report.
Morning, Ginny Brandon, Division Director. Yeah, I just had a few things. One, IMP is a candidate. Nothing's been decided, but a candidate for some of the stimulus funds. And it's kind of a crazy amount of money. Something like 10 million a year for what, 15 years or something. It's insane. So if we get that, or if we get anything close to that, it's going to fundamentally change the program. You know, Jeff Graves is going to have a new job. He's going to have to FTE up. We'll have to get approval for that FTE, obviously, but you know, we'll have to have them or use contractors if that fails. And it'll allow us to really make a much larger dent in these abandoned mines. So we're pretty excited. We've got our fingers crossed. Jess worked really hard with Michael of an EDO to prepare the answers to all the questions that the Office of Budget is sending us, and so we'll just we'll see how it goes. But we could have basically a new program, essentially. Then also we have, I don't know if you guys know, I thought I'd mention this mostly because it's interesting. If you guys know about the Schwarzwälder uranium mine up above Ralston Reservoir, that mine has been a hard nut to crack for years and years and years. I was part of conversations about that mine 20 years ago. But anyway, we've got a new operator, and I mean, they're not mining, but they basically got paid to take the site over, and they're doing reclamation. And so there's a mine pool or underground mine workings that are flooded. And those have the potential, should they get too high, to communicate with Ralston Creek. And Ralston Creek, of course, flows into Ralston Reservoir. So Denver Water and Aurora Water are keenly interested in anything that goes on at Schwarzwälder. So we've been working very closely with them in evaluating a new proposal this operator has. They've brought the elevations way down, and because of that, they could run the water treatment plant maybe half the time. but we're looking at it in concert with them. So, and it's an interesting site too, because I remember about 20 years ago when I was a lawyer at the AG's office, they came to us with this proposal to treat the uranium, so to reduce concentrations, not just levels, but concentrations, with molasses and alcohol. And we just we're like, what? That's the craziest thing. Well, that's what this operator's doing, and it works. It does reduce the concentrations, interestingly enough. So anyway, that's worthwhile to learn. Then I just wanted to let you know that the Arube kids are back. Our work study program that we do with disadvantaged kids, and as they pursue a college preparatory high school education. And so they are with us every day of the week. And I'll be going in shortly to say hi. And so if you're ever in the building, please, feel free to drop in and we can introduce you. And Tim, if you and Dan want to meet any of the kids, we can bring them up. We can't bring them up all at once, but we can bring them up one at a time. So anyway, they are back and we are going. So that's all I have, unless there are questions or comments. So I'm a little hoarse.
Here we go. No, that's all good news all the way around. Sounds great. Do you have any deadline on when you might find out about those stimulus funds?
I'm not sure. I don't know. And Michael Reagan would have a much better idea, but I just, off the top of my head, I'm not sure what their time frame is.
Good enough. Well, hope it comes through. That sounds great.
I know, right?
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you very much for our reports here. I think we're moving on here to the next stage of approving the consent agenda. We do have a pretty large consent agenda this month, so I want to make sure that we leave some time here for any board member questions on any of the 4 items on that consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Okay. Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, hearing none, the consent agenda is approved. Great, and that'll move us into our first enforcement hearing for today for file number M-2008-076. See, if you plan to testify, please, on this enforcement hearing, could you please raise your right hand? Thank you. Do you swear to tell the truth?
Yeah.
All right, thanks. I believe I'll hand it over to the division on this one.
All righty, give me a second here.
Sure.
All right, I'll go ahead and begin. My name is Daniel Cunningham. I bring before the board today the consideration of the reinstatement of permit M-2008-076, the Robinson Sons gravel pit, number M-2008-076, currently held by Robinson Sons Incorporated. The site is a 112C where they mine for sand and gravel and currently hold 180.6 acres. The existing bond is $52,815 in the form of a letter of credit, and it is currently adequate. A little history here. On May 30th, 2019, the board found Mr. Robinson in violation of CRS 34-32.5-117, section 4, subsection C, paragraph 2, for failure to provide an adequate financial warranty. Mr. Robinson was ordered to either provide the additional financial warranty or conduct enough reclamation work to bring down the work left down to the existing bond. The board convened 3 additional times and granted an extension. The final extension was granted until June 14th, 2021. On April 26, 2021, DRMS conducted an inspection and it was found that the operator had conducted reclamation work and had removed most of the high wall that was located on the southern side of the affected area. However, at that time, the bond was not adequate, and so DRMS conducted an additional inspection on June 9th, 2021. At that time, it was determined that the operator had completed enough reclamation, so the current bond held was adequate. The board order corrective action was completed. The operator was sent notice of this board hearing on June 18th, 2021, and was sent an additional notice when the July board hearing was reconvened. In summary, the board has already found the operator in violation. Permit number M2008-076 is currently revoked, and the financial warranty has been found subject to forfeiture. However, the operator has complied with the board's order as of June 14th, 2021. The division recommends that the board find the operator has complied with its order and reinstate permit number M2008-076. Are there any questions?
Great, thank you. Very succinct presentation. Do we have any questions here? I don't know if I have a question so much as to say, like, thank you for working with this operator, and conversely, I want to congratulate Mr. Robinson for the work he did to meet in the middle and bring this site up into compliance.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I was just going to echo that. I think that, one of the last conversations we had with him, he was doing some plowing. It was pretty busy in the winter, and I just appreciate those conversations being honest and transparent, and clearly, you working with him and getting this, to a positive resolution. So good job.
Great. Okay. Do we have any further discussion here? Any questions? Okay, seeing head shakes. All right. So I guess we'll go ahead and formally close discussion here. Can I please have a motion on this enforcement hearing?
I move we find the operator has complied with the board's order and reinstate permit number M-2008-076.
Thank you. And a second. Great. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, hearing none, motion passes. Thank you. Okay, that'll move us on to our second enforcement hearing of the day for file number N-2004-045. If you plan to testify in this discussion, could you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth? Yes. Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the board. I am Lucas West, the Environmental Protection Specialist out of the Grand Junction Field Office. The matter that we have before you today is consideration of permit revocation and finding the financial warranty subject to forfeiture for failure to submit the 2021 annual report, map, and fee. I don't have a presentation for you. This one's going to be pretty short and sweet, and we'll have questions at the end. The Hannah Pit number 1 is a 110C permit located in Rio Grande, Colorado, or Rio Grande County, just about 5 miles outside of South Fork. The permit is held by Kevin Ames of Rio Grande Ranches, LLC. We currently hold $12,000 financial warranty, and that is considered adequate for reclamation at this time. In the presentation form that was distributed to you, we have kind of a basic chronology. The situation we have here is the operator was a land developer that developed a subdivision, turned the property over to the homeowners association, and we've received notice from the homeowners association there's been no contact with the operator in quite some time, and the permit or the property's been turned over, but the permit is still held by the operator. Division attempted to contact the operator to no avail, and the landowner representatives, the homeowners association, has submitted a letter requesting voluntary revocation and reclamation by the state's inactive mines program. That voluntary revocation request was submitted on June 9th of 2020. And then on March 28th is when the annual report, map, and fee came due and payable for this site. And we never received that and have not had any contact with the operator thus far. We sent the notice of violation on June 28th, 2021, which is a violation of CRS 3432.5, 116, parent 3, parent A, and parent B. The history of violations for this site is they originally were violated for operating without a permit in 2004, which resulted in the permit that we have today. And then again in 2014 for another failure to pay or failure to submit an annual fee, report, and map. So at this time, staff is recommending to the board that the board find the permit number M2004-045 revoked and that the financial warranty is subject to forfeiture. Staff further recommends to direct staff to schedule the hearing for consideration of the financial warranty forfeiture and issue a cease and desist for all mining activities at the site, at which currently there are no operations going on at the site. As promised, short and sweet. At this time, does the board have any questions?
Thank you. I'm seeing one head shake of no questions. Mr. Singletary, Ms. Wareham, do you have any questions here?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, great.
Pretty
Thank you,
clear.
sir. I'm sorry? Yeah, oh yeah, pretty clear. Yep. So we'll go ahead and close discussion here. If I could please have a board motion.
I move that the board find that permit number M-2004-045 is revoked and that the financial warranty is subject to forfeiture. And furthermore, direct staff to schedule a hearing for consideration of final financial warranty forfeiture, and that we order the operator to cease and desist all mining activities at the site.
All right, thank you. Do you have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't know if we have any members of the public here to make a comment, but I definitely want to open it up if we do. Okay, hearing none. I don't also think we have enough members just yet for an executive session today. So the only other thing that is worth adding into our record here today is a notice that the board was sent from Pinyon Ridge Mining. We received a notice of withdrawal of request to place the Topaz mine into reclamation. There's no official request for board action on this matter, more just a notification and wanting to getting it officially in the record and in the discussion today. If we have no other questions and no other comments, I guess we'll keep this short and sweet and say thank you to everyone, and we'll see you in September. All right, take care, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.